A bunch of the boys, they were mopping it up in the mellow moon saloon. And the kid that handled the music box was playing a ragtime tune. At the back of the bar was a solo game, sat dangerous Dan McGrew. While watching his look, his light of love was the lady that's known as Lou. Then out of the night, which is 50 below, and into the dim and the glare, there stumbled a minor dog fresh from the crook, dog dirty and loaded with beer. He looked like a man with one leg in the grave and barely the strength of a louse, but he tilted the dust of poke to the bar and called for drinks for the house. We got to wondering who he was and what he next would do, but we drank to his health, and the last to drink was dangerous Dan McGrew. There are men that somehow grip your eyes and hold them there like a spell, and such was he as he looked to me like a man who had lived in hell, with a face most hair and the dreary stare of a dog whose day is done, as he tilted the green staff in his glass and the drops fell one by one. There was none could place the stranger's face, though we searched ourselves for a clue, but we drank to his health, and the last to drink was dangerous Dan McGrew. His eyes went rubbering round the room in a sort of a dreary gaze, till at last the old piano fell, and away of his wandering gaze. The ragtime kid was having a drink, there was nobody else in the stool, so the stranger stumbles across the floor and flops down there like a fool. In his buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirt, he sat and I saw him sway. He touched the keys with his talented hands, my God, but the man could play. Were you ever out in the wild alone when the moon was awfully clear, and the icy mountains hemmed you in a silence you most could hear? And you, out there in the cold, a half-dead thing in a half-stacked world, claim mad for this mud called gold, while high overhead, green, yellow and red, the north light shone in bars. Now you have a hunch what the music meant, hunger, night and the stars. Hunger not of the belly kind that is banished with bacons and beans, but the gnawing hunger of a howling man for his home and all that it means. A home that's far from the cares that are, four walls and the roof above, and the cosy joy that's crowned with a woman's love. A woman dearer than all this world, and true as heaven is true, but someone to steal the girl you loved, and her love 'twas a devil's lie. Then the only thing for you to do was to crawl away and die. Then the music changed with an ancient wrong, and the lust arose to kill, and the music stopped with a crash. The stranger turned, his eyes they burned in a most peculiar way. In his buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirt, he stood and I saw him sway. His lips went in a kind of grin, he spoke, and his voice was calm. Ah, boys, says he, you don't know me, and none of you care a damn. But I want to state that my words they're straight, and I bet you my poke that they're true. For there's one of you here, a hound from hell, and that one is Dan McGrew. Then suddenly the lights went out, two guns blazed in the dark. A woman screamed, the lights went up. Two men lay stiff and stark. There, with his head pumped full of lead, lay dangerous Dan McGrew, while close to the breast of the man from the creek was the lady that's known as Lou. These are the simple facts of the case, I'm not denying it so. Some say the stranger was crazed with hook, but strictly between us two, for the woman that kissed him and pinched his poke was the lady that's known as Lou.